episode of The Follow-Up. I'm Eden, and this is my dad, Noah, and every week for the past 2 years, we've just been sitting on my bed and having a conversation about something we want to talk about. And this week, I'm going to be giving you some book recommendations. Also, we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any topic ideas or any comments or questions, you can share that with us when you rate the podcast on Apple Podcasts.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea. All right, so the other day we went through your books, and we go to the library a ton.
Yeah.
But then when we go through your books, we realize, I guess we own a lot of these books too. But you get a lot of books as gifts, which is really nice. It's pretty easy to shop for you.
Yes.
Books are always a good gift. So you went through and you organized your bookshelf. We've given some books away. We'll donate some others. And we were reading Ramona. Which one is it?
Ramona Quimby,
Age 8. We've been reading that at night, and in there she actually she has to give a book review, but by selling the book, and she turns it into like a TV commercial.
Right.
So then I thought, how about you're not going to sell, you might sell the book a little bit, but to give some ideas about what you're reading. So you've picked out three books, different types of books. So what do you want to start?
I'm going to start with this book, and it's called Just Grace. It's the first in the series. I think there are about 12.
Okay.
So why I love this book is that it's just, the character can be so relatable. She's a normal person, normal friends, normal parents, goes to a normal school, has a normal teacher. She's just like any other person. Which I know in this, authors try to make the book so interesting because of the character. It's not all fantasy. It can, it's actually like a real person.
Mm-hmm.
So I love this book. Also, she fixes, some problems. And then she's always very creative. She comes up with, creative solutions.
Oh.
Might not always work.
Yeah, but she tries.
But she tries.
Mm-hmm.
And she has this neighbor who lives in their basement.
A neighbor who lives in the basement?
No, so there's this person who's a flight attendant.
Who rents the room?
Yeah. In their basement.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
And so this is a chapter book?
It's a chapter book. You
think it would be good for kids from maybe 2nd grade through 4th grade, 5th grade maybe?
Maybe 2nd through
4th grade maybe?
Yeah, 2nd through 4th.
Okay, how many pages are in that book?
This book, there are 137.
Okay, yeah. And have you read all of these books?
I've only read there's 6 because I just found out 2 days ago that there are 4.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought you had 6. Okay.
8. I was right. There are 12.
There are 12. All right. Well, that's good. I like that you can find the characters that you can relate to, and even if you don't relate to everything in their life, maybe they have a problem, and you think, well, that's kind of similar to a problem I had.
Right.
So it makes you want to read some more. Yeah.
For the character.
Right. That's important. Good. All right. What else?
Okay. Saving one of my favorites for last.
Okay.
The Boxcar Children.
Lift it up a little bit more. Okay.
So this is a series of around 130, I think. And this book, it's also I love it because I love mystery. And this whole series is mysteries. They go on these crazy adventures, and they travel these crazy places. And what I love is they find adventure in the places that you wouldn't expect.
Oh,
also, it's very hard to guess. If you haven't read it already, you won't ever guess.
You won't guess how it's going to turn out. So give me an example of, and you're not going to ruin anything here, but give me an example of an adventure in a place that you wouldn't expect that they run into.
You wouldn't expect that there would be, in one of the books, they go to this very rural island that no one's been in 50 years because a shrimp cast there, and no one lives there, and they found an adventure there because there's nothing.
A remote island?
There's nothing. It's very remote.
Remote, okay.
And they found an adventure.
So these books have been around forever. I mean, so they started, the first book I think was in 1942.
This book was published
Yep, 1942.
Yep, 1942.
So the series started in 1942,
Yeah.
and you've read a bunch of them, but you've
Amazing.
been reading them in order.
Yes,
now, right?
I have.
Yeah. So another one, we go to the library. We don't need all 130 of these in the house.
No, we don't. I probably don't have
And
enough
it's
room.
in some series you don't need to read in order, but this is
It's
important
better.
to read in order because the kids grow up.
Right.
Okay, what else?
Favorite for life. This is called Women in Science, and it's about 50 women in science from all
50 what?
50 fearless pioneers who changed the world,
Yep, 50 women. Yep.
and from all different types. So the Muri. So
Yeah, you talk.
there's one about Marie Curie,
Marie Curie. Yeah.
and it's kind of the same format in most of them. So they'll talk about kind of a little bit about their life, like
Mhm.
if they were married or who worked with them or if they had kids. But also it shows about like how, and then it talks about a little bit how they helped the world,
Their accomplishments.
their accomplishments.
So this is, for example, this is the page on Marie Curie.
And then also, so it'll say their little quote, and then they'll give like a little recap of what they said.
So it's a very, very brief biography of what they accomplished, who they were,
And then,
their contributions
Right.
to the world.
as you see, that there's a picture of her right here.
A nice drawing, yeah.
Right here, at the bottom of every page, right here, there will be a quote.
What's her quote?
Her quote is, "I was taught that the way of progress is neither swift nor easy."
What does that mean?
I think it means that if you really want to improve on something,
Mhm.
make progress in it,
Mhm.
it's not always going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always going to be so smooth.
Yep. Or it's not going to be fast. It's not going to be smooth. You're going to have to work really hard.
No.
And that's certainly true.
Yeah.
So would you say that these are inspiring stories?
Yes, they are.
How so?
I think because it really just shows you that it really talks about their life, their accomplishments, but it talks about it in a way where you can think, like you're imagining it, like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and that you can put yourself in it, and it inspires you to do something
Yes.
wow and amazing, maybe.
I'm going to read a random quote for this.
Okay.
Rosalind Franklin.
Chemist and X-ray crystallographer.
Her
Okay.
quote is, "Science and everyday life cannot and should not be separated." I
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
Because it's just like your everyday life just includes so much science,
Mhm.
and those two things should not be different.
I agree. So I'm glad that you find you've always loved reading, and that you can find a lot of. Are you bored?
No, I'm tired.
You can find a lot of. It unlocks a lot of imagination,
Yes.
and also inspiration here. And I like how you described Jess Grace being so relatable. Yeah. Are there any books that in school that you really like reading that you don't have here?
In school,
Mhm.
well, I only read one of those, but the Matt Christopher books,
Oh yeah.
those are very good.
Yep. And those are the books that if any people watching have kids that really love sports, the Matt Christopher books we read when we were kids and loved them. I couldn't take those out of the library enough. I used to take them out of the school library all the time, and they had stories from all different types of
I read
types of
one of
sports and
them.
activities.
I read The Kid Who Only Had Homers.
The Kid Only Had Homers. Yeah, I
That's
remember
right.
reading. I think there was a Touchdown Tommy.
Yep, there
I
was,
think.
because I read all of them in the back of the book.
Yeah, those books are great. Matt Christopher books, highly recommend them.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Also, good sports mystery books are
Oh.
the Zach and Zoe books.
Zach and Zoe from
Mike Lupica.
Mike Lupica, longtime
Very good.
New York Daily News sports writer. Those are good too. So if anybody has any questions about books
Or book recommendations.
or they want to pass on book recommendations or want more
Topic
book
ideas?
recommendations from Eden, just go to the follow-up on Apple Podcasts. You can click the 5 stars, and in the reviews, you can say, love the show, and then leave your comments.
Or if you have any topic ideas that you want us to talk about,
That helps.
sure, we'll talk about it.
Maybe.
if we have ideas about it.
And then maybe we could read some of the comments
Yeah.
on the show. And especially if someone gives us a topic and we acknowledge that person gave the topic. Yeah, that could be fun. All right, so do that on Apple Podcasts. All right, I love you.
Love you.